In just a few years, Dorothy Stratten went from working at a Dairy Queen to appearing on the cover of Playboy. But there was one man who was never at ease with her rapid rise to success. This is the bone-chilling story of Stratten's horrific murder. Dorothy Stratten was born Dorothy Ruth Hoog Stratten in Vancouver, British Columbia in 1960. Her parents were immigrants who had come to Canada from the Netherlands. To help them pay the bills, Stratten got a part-time job at Dairy Queen as a teenager, a position she held throughout high school. Around this time, Paul Snider, then 26, was working as a promoter for car and motorcycle shows. However, he also operated as a pimp on the side. Snider was known around town for his flashy style, which included fur coats, expensive jewelry, and driving a black Corvette. Though Snider spent some time in Los Angeles before meeting Stratten, in 1978, he was back in his hometown of Vancouver. It was around that time he and a friend walked into a Dairy Queen and spotted Stratten behind the counter. Snider immediately spotted how Stratten's beauty could serve as a vehicle to his own fortune and fame. According to the Village Voice, Snider told his friend that the teen could make him a lot of money. Indeed, Snider had just found his ticket in the form of a young Dorothy Hoog Stratten, who would quickly become Dorothy Stratten. Snider eventually convinced Stratten to pose nude so he could have her professionally photographed. He then submitted the photos to Playboy magazine in the hopes that the magazine would consider Stratten as one of its models. The gambit worked. Stratten subsequently appeared in the magazine as Playmate of the Month for August 1979, and before long was working as a Playboy bunny at the Playboy Club in Los Angeles. Snider and Stratten eventually married, though Snider was disliked by just about everyone in the Playboy circle, including its founder, Hugh Hefner. Snider had been Stratten's manager from the jump, but as her career heated up, those duties were taken on by people who were more qualified to handle them. It also took away a large part of the control he had over her.
He wanted ownership.
Stratten was named Playmate of the Year in 1980, the same year she began landing parts in movies. In one film, They All Laughed, she appeared alongside big names like Audrey Hepburn and John Ritter. The film was also directed by Hollywood legend Peter Bogdanovich, who had previously directed the Oscar-winning films The Last Picture Show and Paper Moon. By this time, Stratten's marriage to Snider was falling apart, and she began an affair with Bogdanovich. As a result, Snider grew increasingly jealous, seeing as his wife needed him less and less. He even hired a private investigator to follow her. On August 13, 1980, Snider's jealousy reached its peak when he purchased a 12-gauge shotgun from a private seller he found in a classified ad. The next day, Stratten arrived at the home she used to share with Snider to discuss the terms of their impending divorce. Stratten had kept quiet about her plans to meet Snider, as everyone close to her, including Hefner and Bogdanovich, advised her not to go anywhere near her estranged husband. Later that night, two of Snider's roommates went to check on both Stratten and Snider. The roommates found both of them lying naked on the floor, dead. It was later reported that Snider had sexually assaulted Stratten before shooting her in the face with the shotgun. He then turned the gun on himself. Patty Lauerman, a woman who had also been discovered by Snider and was living with him at his residence, was one of the first to come across the murder scene. She recalled what it was like to witness the horrific scene, telling ABC News, "It looked like it was a horror movie, a staged horror movie. That's a picture that never goes away, a mental picture that's stuck in here forever." If you or someone you know is dealing with domestic abuse, you can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. You can also find more information, resources, and support at their website. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, help is available. Visit the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network website or contact RAIN's National Helpline at 1-800-656-HOPE 4673.